Now to NBC5 Responds, the e-commerce company behind several of those Super Bowl ads you saw last night, facing intense backlash today. The controversial shopping app Temu.
Imagine buying a smartwatch for $5, getting it to your door, and finding out it actually works. That's half the price of a Chipotle bowl. This is exactly what millions of Americans are doing right now on a platform most of us dismissed as just another scam. Here's the plot twist. This scam company is now worth more than Morgan Stanley itself. In just 16 months, this company became the second most visited e-commerce company in the world, right behind Amazon. And in the early 2024, their value skyrocketed to $128 billion. This company is Temu. In this video, I aim to answer two important questions. How are the prices so damn cheap? And are they getting banned in the United States in the near future? How do they all keep it so cheap? The answer comes down to these three strategies. Let's start with something that revolutionized the entire game. Temu's factory direct pipeline. Imagine you're buying a phone case. In the traditional retail world, that case might change hands 5 to 6 times before reaching you, with each handoff adding to the final price. But Temu, they looked at the system and they said, what if we just deleted everyone in between? Through their parent company PDD, they've built direct connections with over 11 million Chinese manufacturers. Let that sink in. 11 million factories competing to directly sell to you. It's like having a direct line to every factory in China. While Americans and European companies are playing telephone with overseas manufacturers, Temu's already signed, sealed, and delivered your order. But here's where things get really interesting. Their AI-powered supply chain. Now, most retailers are like that friend who buys too much food for the party, just in case. They stock everything, everywhere, all the time. But Temu, they decided to be more like a mind reader at the party. Instead of massive warehouses filled with every product under the sun, Temu uses AI that predicts exactly what the customer wants, when they'll want it, and where they'll want it. Their AI analyzes millions of data points, shopping patterns, seasonal trends, even social media buzz to make these predictions. Think of this like having a crystal ball that tells you exactly what products to stock in the strategic distribution centers across America. Now you might wonder how this Chinese company getting all this American data at their hands. That, my friend, is one of the main controversies with Temu. Now let's talk about the final piece of the puzzle, the massive scale. Remember those 11 manufacturers we mentioned? Here's where they really shine. When you're producing at the scale Temu operates at, something magical happens to the cost per item. It's just like baking cookies. The cost per cookie drops down significantly when you're baking a batch of 5 instead of just 1. Their enormous Chinese customer base provides a foundation of consistent demand, allowing factories to run at maximum efficiency. When factories can produce in massive quantities, the cost per unit plummets. And guess what? Temu passes these savings directly to you. Now, let's address the question that's on everyone's mind. Are the products any good? And is it going to be banned soon? The answer to the first question is pretty simple. Americans rate the products an average of 3.4 out of 5. And on that level of scale, I would say it's not terrible for the price. Now, the second question is more important, and to understand this, we might need to look at the bigger picture. The first concern, and the most important, is data privacy. Think back to 2018 when Facebook faced the Cambridge Analytica scandal. That situation opened many people's eyes to the importance of data protection. Now, lawmakers are asking similar questions about Temu. Just like how Facebook had to transform its data practices, Temu faces scrutiny about how it collects and handles American consumer data. When you shop on Temu, you're sharing everything from your shopping preferences to your payment information. The question isn't about how the data is collected, but where it goes and how it's protected. Second is the product safety. If you recall the massive toy recalls of 2007, when Mattel had to pull millions of toys made in China due to lead paint concerns. That crisis led to Consumer Product Safety Improvement Act of 2008, completely changing how we regulate imported children's products. Today, the Consumer Product Safety Commission is raising similar flags about some Temu products not meeting US safety standards. It's like deja vu, but with a digital twist. Third, we're looking at labor concerns. This might remind you of the Nike sweatshop controversy of 1990s. Back then, Nike faced intense scrutiny over working conditions in its Asian factories. That scandal transformed how Americans think about supply chain ethics. What's happening behind the scenes in Temu is still unknown. But it's highly speculated that child labor is being used to run the factories and supply chain in Temu. So, should Temu be banned? This question for most people should be yes, from all the concerns we addressed. But others claim that it's not as big of a deal because there's no solid evidence backing the claims. Let's examine both the sides of the argument. One side wants to protect the cheap prices of goods, especially in this inflated market, and the other side is worried about data privacy. Regardless of what US decides to do, one thing is crystal clear. Temu represents a new breed of ultra-efficient, AI-driven retail that prioritizes rock-bottom prices. It's not a scam, but it's also not a miracle. It's just simply a highly optimized engine. Whether Temu is right for you depends on your priorities. If you're looking for rock-bottom prices and don't mind longer shipping times and variable quality, Temu might be worth exploring. If you're prioritizing consistent quality and quick delivery, you might prefer traditional retailers. What's your experience with Temu? Have you found hidden gems or had disappointing purchases? Share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives. Thank you.